Everybody, this is Narendra Kumar, and we are in the series of great books. Great books. And Chronology of the World is a book we are doing now. We are in the chapter 5000 to 4000 BC, part 2. For the earlier part and the earlier chapters also, you can refer to the earlier videos in this playlist. So we continue from where we left. There are dozens of different metals known, but most of them remain in combination with non-metallic substances. Metals are in combination with non-metallic substances and from the ordinary rocks and pebbles all about us. Only those metals that are inert and tend not to combine with other substances are likely to be found free. Are likely to be found free. The three inert metals are only likely to be found free because they don't combine. The three inert metals most likely to be found free are rare, even for metals. These are copper, silver, and gold. They don't combine. Their rareness is shown by the fact that the very word metal is from a Greek term meaning to search for. It's interesting. Metal nuggets, when found, were used almost exclusively for ornaments after being pounded into attractive shapes. The lure of ornamentation must have preceded metals too, and shaped wood, bone, and shells were probably also used for the purpose. Metals were more durable, however, were considered more attractive and were an important consideration rare. It is only when human beings discovered that metals could be obtained from special rocks called ores, O-R-E-S. Metallurgy started. Ores that they became common enough for other purposes. Copper is substantially more common than silver and gold, and it exists in certain uh, ores to a far greater extent than silver and gold do. The most common copper ore is a kind of copper carbonate. It's a kind of copper carbonate which is blue and which contains, as the name indicates, carbon as well as copper. Undoubtedly, the discovery of metal ores was accidental at first. A wood fire might have been built for a bed of rock that happened to contain copper ore. Under the heat of the fire, the carbon in the wood and the ore would combine with oxygen in the ore and in the atmosphere to form the gas carbon dioxide, which would escape, leaving metallic copper behind. Some observant person might notice the reddish globules among the ashes of the fire. Reddish globules. And eventually, the circumstances were understood. Eventually, slowly, oh, they understood, okay, heat is combining and copper is coming back. Heat is combining, copper is coming back. Heat is coming, copper is left. Slowly, they came to understand, oh, there is some chemical change happening. Just imagine. Wonder, no? The ores were searched for and then deliberately treated in such a way as to obtain metal. And now it has become a whole huge engineering science called metallurgy, which has become almost routine. This is how discovery happened. This is why we are reading this book. How did these discoveries happen? Why is the world what it is? Just for fun. The endless stories in history. Here was another use of fire. It made possible metallurgy, the obtaining of metals from their ore. Like all such advances in early times, knowledge of the new technique diffused outward slowly. Slowly. In this case, diffusion stopped at the edge of the ocean. Right? Metallurgy never reached the people in the Americas or in the Australia or in Australia. Nor did those people happen to discover the technique independently. It came only when they were finally told. Meanwhile, civilization itself continued to spread outward. A third, a third river valley was developing into a home for city states. This was the Indus. This was the Indus River, which flows through what we now call Pakistan. In 1921 and 1922, remains of such an early civilizations were found along that river by the British archaeologist John Hubert Marshall. He was born in 1876 and passed away in 1958. From this point on, as known as known events multiply and as history unfolds in increasing detail, I shall consider progressively smaller intervals of time. Now, till now it was 1,000 years, he'll take lesser time. In addition, I will divide. In addition, I will divide each interval into events taking place as particular geographic sections. I won't follow and a fixed order in doing so, but will be guarded roughly by the necessity of telling a connected story, so that a region of central importance will be considered first. Naturally, I will have to be the judge as to what is of central importance, and I cannot help but attach particular importance to those historical events which have influenced Western culture, which is my culture, and that is most of my readers, and which, in good truth, has more strongly influenced the world as to whether, as a whole, in the last several centuries than has in the last several centuries than has any other. So he talks about the fact of reason, which has been very popular. That completes that completes 5,000 to 4,000 BC. Now we have come till 4,000 BC. So we have long distance to travel in this wonderful journey of history. How did we come so far? From where did we come? How did we come till today? And where are we going to go? Also, we'll know by the end. I feel. Okay, this is a wonderful subject, and let's enjoy this for itself. Some things we know, some things we don't. We'll fill the gaps. In some ways, definitely we'll be like babies. In some ways, we might know more. But when we do this kind of an integrative study, we bring it all up to the level, and that's for fun also. Thank you.